Bonjour, dickheads. Welcome to another episode of my podcast, Fuck the Wall. It's where I take you behind the scenes of my life as a comedian. And you get to ask the questions because we are live. It's a live podcast. We're live on YouTube every Monday at 9 p.m. Today is Monday the 30th of October. It's almost Halloween. I should have done a Halloween special. What am I thinking? Adam, fucking hell. Manager Adam, how did we not think about doing a Halloween? I tell you what, what are the colours of Halloween that I can turn the lights to? Tell me what colours I should turn the lights to, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube that are watching right now. Those of you who are just listening to the podcast, a massive shout out to you if you only listen to this podcast and you don't watch the show live. Thank you. I think there's like 300 of you that watch the episodes, or that listen to the episodes, I'm sorry. So a huge shout out to you guys. And welcome to today's episode. Oh, orange and purple, says Life on Low Batteries. Orange, okay. Orange and green. Orange and green, I feel like orange. Let's do orange and purple. Okay, let's see how good this is. Hey Siri, turn light 3 to orange. Hey Siri, turn light 4 to purple. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's a perfect Halloween vibe. Oh, come on. If you're just listening to this, then sorry, you don't get to see the beautiful touches of colour in the studio right now. Oh, good work. And Austin, that's good. Thanks very much. I think it looks pretty good, actually. This just might be my new colours of the of the show. I apologise if I activated all of your Siris while you're watching this. In which case, that means I've got a great accent. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, how are you all? How is everyone doing? I'm doing all right. I'm doing good. I'm drinking a non-alcoholic beer that I found today. I went to a shop and they had a non-alcoholic beer called Hershey Helles Alkoholfrei und the beer without alcohol from Germany. It tastes pretty good, actually. I mean, it just tastes like a non-alcoholic, boring beer, to be honest. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're doing well. What's going on? What's going on? I'll tell you what's going on in my world. Not a lot. This week has been a week without performing on stage, which is, I mean, it hasn't happened in how many weeks? Where are we? The fucking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In 10 weeks, I haven't had a week where I haven't performed. I've still been working. And if you live in Brussels, we missed each other. I went to Brussels on Tuesday last week for work to go and scout the location for the filming of the show. We're filming Bisous Bye, my stand-up show, in Brussels on the 5th of... No, it's not. It's the 15th of December, isn't it? When is it? I don't even know when it is. Good work, Paul. 15th. We're filming the show on the 15th of December. And also, Brussels, we've decided to add a second show. The show's at 8 p.m., but we've added a show at 10 p.m. One, because it's sold out, and two, because we're filming the show. It means we get 2 extra... So we've got an extra 600 tickets available in Brussels. Fucking 10 p.m. Friday night. It's going to be absolutely epic. Speaking of doubling shows, we've also added an extra show in Vancouver, Canada for next week. The week after next. I cannot wait. We're going to Canada next week. In 1 week, I'm flying to Montreal. Speaking of which, this podcast next Monday will be happening in Montreal Est from the wonderful home of my friend Rolly Asal. We'll do this next Monday. I will have just landed in Montreal and we'll do fucking this podcast next Monday. But then we've got shows in Ottawa, Quebec, Montreal, Toronto, Edmonton, Calgary, and Vancouver. We've added a second show to Vancouver because the venue is quite a small venue. It's only 150 people. And so we've added a second show on the same night, which is whatever day it is. Where are we? Vancouver, the 15th of November. There we go. Oh, I'm so excited about going to Canada, people. Oh, it's gonna be amazing. Guylaine Le Deo has a great question. Where's your mum? She's just over there. She's in the house. She didn't want to come on the main live. She's too shy and was like, I've got nothing to talk about. I've got nothing to talk about, son. So she will be joining us in an hour for my Patreon only live. If you don't know what Patreon is, you can hit me up on patreon.com/PaulTaylor, and that way you get exclusive content for hanging out on Patreon. I was going to say for free. It's not for free. You basically buy me beers virtually, and it helps support the podcast. It helps me pay for all of the stuff that I'm doing. And tonight, special guest on the show, Mother Mary, fucking Jesus. So my mum will be on the show for the team on Patreon in about an hour. So that is what is happening. Des vacances un peu alors. Sandy, yeah, a little bit of holidays. I had a little bit of holidays. I mean, yesterday was a day off. I didn't really do much work yesterday. My mum arrived on Saturday, so that was kind of a day off because I didn't do any work. But I was working all week, basically. I did the podcast on Monday, which is work. Went to Brussels on Tuesday, which was a full day of work. Had an interview on Wednesday. Had more interviews on Thursday. And an interview on Friday as well. Oh, speaking of interviews, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. I've got a little bit of a gripe, a little bit of a rant, ladies and gentlemen. Can we have a massive shout out to all of the people? Let me know in the comments if you're one of these people that gets up late because you go to bed late. And I am fed up of people that sleep normal hours, that fucking sleep shame people that don't sleep on the same schedule. I fucking hate these people, and they can fuck off into the sunrise. I am a person that gets up late, right? And I get up late. I get up about 10 or 11 in the morning. The reason I get up at 10 or 11 is because I go to sleep at about 2 or 3 in the morning. The reason why I go to sleep at 2 or 3 in the morning is because I am on fire at 8 p.m. Mentally and physically, I need to be on my fucking game at 8 p.m. That is when the real work starts for me, is from 8 p.m. So, of course, my whole time schedule is on a different schedule. And it drives me fucking nuts. The people who have normal jobs and sleep normally from 11 o'clock till 8 a.m. that fucking shit on people who wake up late and call them lazy bastards. One of these fuckers is my manager, Adam. It drives me fucking nuts. He, today, sent me a text message saying, I've got an interview for you with Énergie Radio on Thursday at 11:30. I was like, unfortunately, I'm taking my mum to the train station at 11:30. It'll have to be afterwards. I'm free all day afterwards, or maybe before. And he was like, that's a shame, because me and Aurélie, my press agent, were laughing so hard about how we managed to get you an interview at 11:30 as opposed to 8:30 in the morning. As if it was fucking lazy of me it fucking drives me nuts. I don't know if anyone else is in this situation, but I'm tired of being sleep shamed. Because here's the thing. The only reason I have a fucking show and people get paid to work with me is because I have a show, and the only reason I have a show is because I stay up late to fucking write it, and that's when I have free time. It's just my life is based around that timing, and other people have night jobs, real jobs like doctors, nurses, taxi drivers, delivery drivers. They never get sleep shamed, do they? But because I'm an artist, because he's a comedian, he needs some fucking sleep. Yeah, fucking 8 hours, like everyone needs sleep. I'm fed up with these people that are like, they're promoting I only sleep 4 hours a day. Don't you? No, you fucking don't. You'd be dead if you only slept 4 hours a day. Shut up! So I'm fed up. I'm fed up with these people. Adam, fuck you, okay? Fuck you. Aurélie, fuck you as well, okay? I get up late. Fucking deal with it, all right? Life on low batteries. I'm a person that goes to bed at 7:30 p.m. I don't shame others, though. I'm jealous, lol. Okay? Micheluna, chronic insomniac here. I'm just like you. My mind is on fire. Starting at 7 or 8 p.m. Thank you. Right? Same for me. I'm a night owl. Al Bacayo. Thank you. And Austin, that's why I love freelancing. I rarely start work before 10 a.m. This is great. even when I worked at Apple, in my old job at Apple, my boss was based in Toronto, okay? Toronto, 6 hours behind Paris. So by the time he woke up at 9 a.m., it was 3 p.m. my time. So I had to be based off of his time zone and Cupertino in California, which is 6 p.m. by the time they wake up at 9 a.m. So I was already in the thing of like working late into the night and not having to get up in the morning, right? Fucking hell. Anyway, Alberto. So I'm fucked up because I got up at 4:30 and at bed at 11:30, right? That's a different type of, that's another rhythm that you got to follow, right? Jesus Christ. Anyway, Dan Lyle, tonight Paul Taylor fires everyone who works for him. Just everyone who fucking sleep shames me and people who are on a different sleep schedule, right? I don't sleep more hours than everyone else. I just sleep at different hours. So fuck off, all right? And the reason this all came up was because my Aurélie, who works with me, who's my publicist, she wanted me to do an interview this Friday live on TV with France 24. And it was supposed to be, I think what time is it at? It's because I've got it in my calendar for another date, or maybe I don't, because my manager Adam hasn't updated my calendar. No, he hasn't. Anyway, it was something at like 8 a.m. live on TV, and the TV station is on the other side of Paris to me. So I would have to get there about 7:30 to get the makeup on and all that kind of stuff, which means I would have to leave here at 6:30, which means I'd have to get up at 6 in the morning, which I don't mind on a day where I've got nothing else, because at least I can come home and then sleep. The problem is that day, I've got to fly to Toulouse, and I've got to do a show in front of 1,200 people later that evening in Toulouse. I was like, I'm not doing it. I'm not fucking doing it. And that's when the whole sleep shaming became a thing. I was like, oh, bastards. Anyway, that's it. That's my rant over. I don't know what we were talking about. Well, how did I even get onto the sleep? Why did I get, I don't know. Alexandre, again, with children, it's impossible to wake up late. It is, unless you have a wonderful wife, like I do, who allows me to sleep in the mornings. It's rare the times where she's unable to take the little one to school, so I have to get up at 8 to then take her to school, and then whatever. It's that kind of day. Usually, it's not on the same day that I'm performing a show in the evening, because I have a hard time doing a siesta in the afternoon and actually feeling good after it. So that's why this tour so far has been so mental for me. And also, here's the thing, right? The other thing, it's not only sleep shaming that drives me nuts. It's people that are like work shaming in terms of like, oh, you're only working an hour in the evening in front of you doing your show. It's like, yeah, no, that's not how it works. Fuck off, okay? Here's the thing, right? This is up until now, this has been a typical, right, work day. So you understand how much I had to realize this myself and why I burnt out over the last couple of months doing this tour solidly. And I realized why I was burnt out is because I was working like 8 hours, 9, 10 hours a day, for 12 days straight. Because yeah, let's say I've got a show tomorrow in Madrid, like I did a couple of days ago, a couple of weeks ago, right? The show, granted, okay, fair enough, it's an hour and a half long. So technically, it's only an hour and a half of work. But that's not true, because then we show up to the venue an hour before the doors open. So the doors open an hour before the show starts, okay? So let's say the show in Madrid was at 10:30 p.m., okay? The doors opened at 9:30 p.m. We were there at 8:30 p.m. That's a kind of a typical scenario, right? So that's already 2 hours before the show that I'm there working. I'm not there on holiday in the room, because I'm there with my manager, my sound and light guy, and we're talking about other things. We're talking about the next dates. We're trying to organize other stuff at the same time. So it's all work, right? So that's at least 3.5 hours at the theater. Then after the show, I say goodbye to people. We say goodbye to the theater people, whatever, all that kind of stuff. That's an extra half an hour at the end of the show. So it's like a 3 to 4 hour period just at the theater, depending on where we're at. And then the traveling to the venue, is all work anyway, because if we're getting a flight or we're getting a train or whatever, that's still, we're working on the train and we're working on the flight. And then we have to get to the airport an hour before the flight, and then we have to get a taxi to the airport, which takes an hour to get there. So it's 2 hours before that. And in the taxi, I'm responding to emails, we're chatting in the taxi, we're all working, all of us, for like 9 hours a day. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's why it feels hard. Because on the surface of it, yeah, I'm doing a show, an hour and a half show. I work an hour and a half each day. It's not what's going on! All right, I'm done, people. Red Becky, will you do anything for Halloween? I don't know, because we've moved house. We moved recently, and I don't know if anyone in this neighborhood does Halloween. So we're going to sit in the house with my daughter and my mum and my wife, and we're going to just sit and wait if people show up and ring the doorbell and ask for candy and sweets. And if like 3 people show up, we're like, all right, I guess Halloween's a thing in this neighborhood, and then we'll go out. I'll take my daughter out, and we'll do some trick-or-treating. I have a funny feeling that no one's going to come, though, because it's not the type of neighborhood. We live in a shithole. We live in a shithole that I'm not sure anyone's trick-or-treating. We'll see. We'll find out. Anne Austin. Personally, what annoys me the most are people who boast online about getting up at 4 a.m. to do a gym workout and suggest the rest of us would have better lives if we did too. No. I'm with you, Anne. Oh, I hate these fuckers on Instagram being like, oh, I get up at 4 a.m. because that's when I can respond to all the emails and nobody's in the office. So I get most of my work done between 4 and 6 a.m. And then at 6 a.m. I go to the gym and work out because that's what I feel that I need to do. And then I take a protein shake and then I'm in the office by 9 a.m. to be in the meetings with all of the people that we have to do until 12. And then I have a healthy avocado lunch at 12 till 1. And I carry on from 1 till you're like, oh, mate, fucking get a life. Drive me nuts. They drive me nuts. James Quo, Paul, you told me to remind you to call Luke in 15 minutes. It's time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my friend Luke Thompson, who some of you know from Luke's English podcast, James earlier on asked me if I was going to be on his podcast anytime soon. And I don't know the answer to that. So I figured we'll just call Luke and we'll live. Call Luke Thompson.
Calling Luke Thompson home.
He's going to be putting his daughter to bed and he's going to hate me. It's Monday night. Speaking of working late.
Paul Taylor, hello.
Oh, it's Luke Thompson. Hello.
Hello there. Are you live on the internet?
I am live on the internet for my podcast, and I have a question from a gentleman called James Quo, who's saying, Paul, when are you next on Luke's English podcast? And I said, I don't know. Let me call Luke and we'll find out.
All right. Well, should we sort that out now?
Let's sort it out now, mate. Well, it can't be for the next 2 weeks because I'm going to Canada at the end of the week.
Oh, you and your bloody adventures. Just stay in one place, for goodness sake. Stop going to other countries and being free in different places. All right, so not the next couple of weeks. Hold on, I'm putting you in some headphones. Hold on.
I'll tell you when we could do it is the week of the 27th.
These headphones are terrible, aren't they? Can you hear me?
Yeah, not as good though.
Not as good. All right, change it. Yeah, those are not Apple headphones, as you probably guessed. Those are from a rival company. Not that you work for Apple anymore. Anyway. So what did you say? Sorry.
The week of the 27th of November.
Week of the 27th of November. Hold on. Let me just kind of do that thing where I have to hold my phone in front of me and speak into it while looking at it. Right. Speaker mode. Okay. This is like riveting stuff for your audience, isn't it?
Yeah, they love it, mate. They love it. They're like, we've got Mushroom Nerd who says, yes, please bring Paul and Amber back on LEP.
Right. I tell you what, if I get you, then I'm sure we'll be able to get Amber as well. You know, once one of you's on board, and it's more easy. It's easier to get the other one as well.
Yeah, mate.
So the week of the 27th of November.
Correct.
Okay, good. Yeah, good.
Where's December? I'm November. So I can either do it on the Tuesday.
Yes.
I can do it not like at 3. I've got an interview at 3, so it can be before that.
Okay. So Tuesday morning-ish?
Tuesday morning's perfect.
Tuesday morning, 28th of November. Pow.
In the diary. I'm going to write it in.
What's a reasonable time for you? Because your rock star lifestyle means that you...
Mate, I've just been going on a rant about people giving me shit for getting up late. So this is perfect.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, Paul, it is bullshit the way you get up so late. I know you're all cool and you're a comedian at night and everything, making people laugh and living the dream. But get the fuck up. Get out of bed in the morning like the rest of us. Bring your daughter to school one of these days.
Mate, I do when Addie's got a meeting. That's the only excuse I have. Is 11 o'clock all right?
Yes.
Because it would take me an hour to get into town from here.
I know. So I'm writing Paul, and now in brackets, get Amber.
Great. I'm putting it in. 11 o'clock. LEP is in the calendar. Bang.
Okay. Question for James, your Lepster, who's also listening to you.
Yeah.
What does James want us to do? Does he have any preference?
James, what do you want us to do? We should.
Because I've got ideas. I've got some.
You've always got ideas, mate.
I've always got ideas which then don't actually get done because we end up talking about going to the toilet or something, and that takes us like the whole time. And then, like in the last 15 minutes of our 90-minute conversation, I say, "Well, I did prepare this stuff, but it's too late for that now. Let's continue talking about poo or something."
Exactly. Well, we've got a question from Marcus who says, "Does LEP have a YouTube channel?" Yes, he does. And have you hit 1 million subscribers yet?
No, I'm getting there. It's 900 and something now.
Oh, mate, you're crushing it on YouTube. I love it. Go and find him. What's it called? It's just Luke's English Podcast, right?
Luke's English Podcast. Yeah, Luke's English Podcast.
Marcus, go check out look, even Kay Lulu says this guy's hilarious too. Look at that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Erica has just replied to Kay Lulu saying, "Yep, that's British wit." I mean, she's playing it down a little bit. I mean, British wit, yes, but you're also very funny.
It's not just like any British person with a microphone, I also have a particular set of skills,
All right, nice. Oh, James Quo says, "You guys haven't done the line game for a long time." All right, we'll do the line game, James.
Yeah. I'm always up for that. You up for that too?
It is. I'm just going to have to find a story that's either true or not true from my international tour. So I'll think about it and we'll make it happen.
Okay, good. I'm going to text Amber and get her involved as well.
Yeah, let's make it happen. Tuesdays should be good for her, right? The kids are not around. Hopefully. She might be doing her tours and stuff. Whatever. We'll text her. It's far enough away that I feel like she can make it happen.
I think she should rearrange everything just to make it happen.
Yeah, I think she should. All right, nice one, mate. Well, thanks for answering the phone. Sorry to interrupt your Monday evening with your family.
That's all right. No worries. I was just sitting on the sofa thinking, why isn't Paul calling me? Why am I not getting a phone call from Paul right now? And then suddenly it happens. This is my superpower.
Nice one. All right. Well, thanks for being on the show. And James, thanks for your question. And I'll see you on Monday the 27th if I don't see you before.
Absolutely. All right, mate. Cheers. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Will do. See you later, mate.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, Luke. Oh, the legend that is Luke Thompson. There you go. So you can look forward to that. It's not a live podcast, his one. So it won't be on the whatever date we've put it in for. I've forgotten already. The 28th of November. It might be out a couple of days afterwards. Right. Ladies and gentlemen. What else? I don't even know what we were talking about. This is the most freestyle. I'm so hot as well. Woo! I'm enjoying this though. This is fun because it's just not prepared. You guys are fully involved in deciding where this episode of Fuck the Wall goes. Just because, I ain't got any shows. Do you know what I mean? Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. What else? What else is going on? I can't remember what was going on. What was going on? Oh, I don't know, mate. I don't know, mate. K Lulu, have you been on his podcast before? Yeah, I think. Now, I'm not putting myself forward here, but I think I might be the guest that has appeared the most amount of times on Luke's show, along with Amber Minogue. Luke has just texted Amber and me now. That's what that bing was. Red Beaky, have you ever played D&D? I don't know what D&D is. Double and Double? Dragons and Dungeons? Dungeons and Dragons? Is that what D&D is? Dungeons and Dragons? Red Beaky, no. I might look, I look like I have, don't I? I look like I'm a fucking world champion of Dungeons and Dragons. But no, I haven't. Oh, Jesus. No, I've not played Dungeons and Dragons. I used to play video games at some point, but then I stopped because I went to university and just got busy at university. And that was it, basically. None of the people that I met at university played video games. So I ended up not playing video games anymore. But I'm waiting for my daughter to get to the age where she can start playing video games. And then, you better believe I'm going to be buying all of the consoles. Florent Aegis says, diamonds and dickheads. Mate, if that was a game, I would buy it. So yeah. Another text. Oh, God. Amber says yes. Is she up for it? Arrange the pool, blah, blah. Tell me you're free too. Oh, Amber's free, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. All right, Amber's free. I'm not going to put on Do Not Disturb. It makes the show funnier. Marianne Varghese. Your show in Toulouse will be my first time watching a stand-up comedian live. Marianne, I hope I live up to your expectations of stand-up comedy live. I cannot wait for the show in Toulouse. Toulouse is always a great city that I go to and perform at. The audience are always amazing. A lot of the time because half of Airbus show up to Toulouse. Because obviously Airbus, being an international company, has lots of non-French people in it, and they come to see my show because they all speak French. And the atmosphere is usually amazing in Toulouse. And we're doing Le Casino, Le Casino, I don't know what it's called. It's called Le Casino of something. It's called Le Casino Barrière. There we go. Stop texting me now. I've got to take my hide. Can I hide alerts? I'm going to hide alerts just for now. Anyway, Toulouse. It's going to be amazing. Casino Barrière. I cannot wait. It's got a lot to live up to, though, because I'm still buzzing from my show in Strasbourg, which was the last show that I did, 1,800 people. They gave me this flag here, or Christelle, is it Christelle? Fuck, I keep forgetting her name. She sent me another message on Instagram being like, hey, I recognize my flag in the background of your video. It is Christelle. They gave me that flag on stage, which I forgot to get signed. I should have got it signed. So anyway, Toulouse, I'm looking forward to Toulouse. Also, the name of your city is pretty funny. Toulouse, in English. Do you know what I mean? What else is going on? Sam says, kids, always the best excuse for gifts for yourself. Buy all the consoles. My wife is already using her as an excuse to buy all of the arts and crafts stuff. She's used her as an excuse to buy a fucking piano. We've rented a piano. We have a piano that my wife's like, I've always wanted to learn the piano. And now that Louise is here, maybe we can get her lessons. So I'll buy a piano. She hasn't touched it once. Although I have. I've been trying to learn how to play Adele. So you never know. Maybe one day I'll do piano on stage when I do my stand-up show. Oh, God. Clément Courade. Hey, Paul, how was the Irish crowd during your shows? Well, the Irish crowd in Dublin and Cork were a fucking riot. They were amazing. And in general, the Irish audiences or Irish people in the audience are always super fun. I'd say, I mean, it's some of the best. Irish, the Scottish are always amazing. They're always the ones that participate a lot. The Australians as well. I mean, just good times. Good times with the people from those countries at my show. It's always fun. And when we did the shows in Ireland, it's so much fun. From the organisers to the door people to the bar staff to the audience, it was just everyone's super funny. So I love it. I love it. Love it. Nave, une blague sur Cessens, s'il te plaît. Le show at Grenoble. Yeah, there's a suburb of Grenoble. Grenoble. Oh my God. Which is called Cessens. I don't know how you pronounce it though. I hope you don't pronounce it Cessens, which means her boobs. Faut qu'elle les couvre, Cessens. She needs to cover up her tits. Cessens. If you were to spell it like this, S-E-S and then S-E-I-N-S, that would mean Cessens. That's how you would say her tits, her breasts. Ça, is ça a rude word? C'est nichon is rude. Ça, I think, is breast. Tits would be nichon. People are saying that is how you pronounce it as well. Contrôle Alt supprimé. Nathalie says Bansi. C'est ça. No, come on, people. I mean, really? Oh, come on. Come on, French people. Really? It's 2023. Can we not be a bit inclusive here? I mean, c'est ça. Oh. I mean, that's almost as funny as mon cul, to be honest. There's another place called Missa, apparently. M-E-S-S. Jesus. Adam Crosby says, c'est ça to get up early too. Oh, there he is with the French play on words. Adam Crosby, is that French that he's doing French play? It is also healthy to get up early. If you've gone to bed early, Adam, go fuck yourself. Talking about her breasts, c'est ça can be masculine as well. C'est ça, Adam, c'est ça. All right, I'm tired. Joe Trevi, I work in the lingerie business, lingerie, and we now call them boobs in French as well. My daughter calls them boobs. She calls them boobies. She points to my wife and goes, Maman, c'est tes boobies? Papa, toi t'as pas de boobies. It's the fun of having a bilingual child. She calls them boobies. She doesn't know what they are in French, which is amazing. So yeah, I cannot wait to go to Cessens, and I cannot wait to be in Cessens. There you go. Hey, I cannot wait to be in between Cessens. In Grenoble, that week is going to be an intense week. That week is the end of November. Cessens, her breasts are happening on the 24th, Friday the 24th. But the day before, we're in Aix-en-Provence. The day after, we're in Montfavet, which is near Avignon. And the day after that, we're in Montpellier. And in 3 days before that, we're in Lyon. So it's going to be, that's an intense week of doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shows. Just after coming back from Canada. So yeah, it's going to be mental, innit? Patrick Schneuli. Bientôt Paul Taylor en tournée à Moncu et Arnac-la-Poste. That's not an actual town, Arnac-la-Poste. I know that Moncu is. I thought it had, is it just spelled C-U at the end? I thought it had another letter after Q. I thought there was another letter after the U. Anyway. There you go. The people who live in Metz, I called it Messins. Les Messins et les Messines. Oh, Jesus. Arnac-la-Poste is for real. No, it's not. I don't believe it. Bullshit. I used to have a Russian friend. When we were teenagers, I would tell him a story like that, and his answer would always be, bullshit. I don't believe. Arnac-la-Poste. Google Maps. Let's have it. Oh, it's Arnac with a C, La Poste, which is near nowhere. It's near Limoges, which is near nowhere. Arnaque la poste. Oh, God. It's mon cul with a Q. Okay, good. Alexandre Barrette. You should rent a motorboat in Cessin. It's too good. It's too good. Hey, speaking of things and wordplay and weird-looking things, I think it's about time we did some terrible translations. You guys have been sending in your favorite terrible translations to my email address. Terrible translations ftw@gmail.com. I'm not accepting them on social media anymore just because it's too complicated to do them. So if you find a funny translation out in the wild or on the internet, send them to me. Terrible translations, ftw@gmail.com. That beer's got a lot of gas in it, Jesus. Sorry, I needed to get it out. So yeah, let's have a look at, let's check some of the emails that we've gotten this week. Where is it? It's in my Google Gmail app. Pow, let's go. Okay, we've got a few. Very good. When was the last time we were on? We were online on the 23rd, October 23rd. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at this. Okay, from the wonderful, none other than Misha Luna. I think, there it is. Some terrible translations for you. Not my photos, they're from the Facebook group Traduction de Merde. Okay, let's do that one. Okay, so, it's from Canada. Of course it is. Trillium Canada. Attaque à main armée électrique automatique. What? Auto-electric mug. Okay, so I guess this is a mug that you can heat up. It's like an electric mug. I get it. It's like a coffee mug that you can plug in, and I guess it heats up. And they've called it auto-electric mug. And in French, in Canada, they've called it attaque à main armée électrique automatique. Attaque à main armée électrique automatique. I don't even know what that means. Main armée électrique, I'm presuming that they've translated auto-electric as in like an automatic rifle. Attaque à main armée électrique auto. That cannot be real. It has to be. There's no way that can be real. The next one, we had this one, I think, the bundi. The bundi chickpea, les pois chiches. We've done that one last week. All right, thanks, Misha. Let's have a look at Mareva M. In Dijon tonight after atelier de fabrication. So here's what's going on. We've got the agenda, voir l'agenda complet, geek camp, fabrique ta beatbox, atelier de... Okay, fabrique... Oh, okay, atelier de fabrication. Hold on, cursus. I don't know what's wrong here, actually. I think that's actually a pretty good fucking play on words, to be honest with you. Because fabrique ta beatbox, it sounds like create your beatbox, as in your... That's beatboxing. And beatbox, B-I-T-B-O-X, as in a bitbox, because it's a geek thing. And I think that's a pretty good... I don't think that's a terrible translation. I think that's an amazing play on words, translation, something, I don't know. Also... Look how early you're up in the morning. 7:30 in the morning. I go to bed at 7:30. Good work. Who was that from? Geek Camp. Hold on. Oh, no, it's Mareva. Mareva, thank you very much. All right, who else we got? We got Jean-Paul Durand. Here you are. Oh, we had this in one of the previous episodes. This is Saucisson Sec Dry Sauvage. It's still funny the second time you read it. Saucisson sec, dry, sauvage, from la cave in Carrefour in Dordogne. Dordogne, la Dordogne. Who have we got? We got Sandra Tessier. Zoom into the bottom left. My cousin sent this photo of her crepe in Normandy. Okay, Sandra Tessier. This is her crepe in Normandy. Oh, that looks like a decent crepe. Look at that. Chocolate banana. Oh, with a bit of cider. Did she say bottom left? Okay, let's look in the bottom left. What have we got? Service continu tous les jours. Did you say bottom left or bottom right? Choice your language. Bottom right. Oh my God. Choice your language. Oh, I don't know how they make these mistakes. Choose your language is what it should be. Not choice your language, but a choice is the correct noun, right? It's a choice. Choice of your language. What would the French verb be? Choisis ta langue. Choisis votre langue. Choisis isn't the noun. It's the verb. Élection de ta langue. See, I don't know how they've made that mistake because it would be élection. I don't know. Elección? Help me out with this one. How would you say it? I'm thinking of Spanish. Elección. Elige tu idioma. Choice. Le choix. Choix. Choisir. Choix de votre langue. So, I don't know. Choisissez votre langue. Yeah, but it's conjugated. So how have they gone from a conjugated thing from choisissez? Choix de langue, maybe. Choix de langue. But then it would translate to choice of language, which would make sense. I mean, it wouldn't be technically very correct, but choice of language, yeah, that's better than choice your language. Idiots. All right. I don't know how they get to this. All right, here we go. Tara Piggott, SNCF bike poster. Saw this poster on a train in Marseille. Some pretty bad translation going down here, that's for sure. Can I open this photo? Uh-oh. Tara, I don't think the photo came through properly. We'll come back to it. Maybe it just took a time to load. Angélique Bouet. Hello, Paul. Thanks a lot for your Monday FTW podcasts. They are brilliant. Well, thanks very much, Angélique. I appreciate it. I'm a French 33-year-old mum of a 6-month-old baby boy. Well, there we go. You sound exactly like me, but female. And I wanted to raise the subject of clothing companies trying to make their clothes look cooler by adding phrases in English. They often get it wrong. Example. Here is one example. Explore is fun. Keep going. View the entire message. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, explore is fun. That's not what we want. We want the photo. Explore is fun. Oh. Yeah, I mean, it's almost correct. It's almost right, but not, c'est pas loin, mais c'est pas ça, which is a phrase from my show. If you come and watch my show, Bisous Bye, I have that phrase. It's like a running joke. C'est pas loin, mais c'est pas ça. It's almost right, but not quite. Exploring is fun. Now, what would that be in French? Explorer, c'est sympa. Again, they've gone from a, because explorer, c'est sympa would be an imperative. What's that? It's not an imperative, is it? Indicative? What's the verb? What's the non-conjugated version of a verb called? Is it the indicative? I haven't learned languages in 20 years. I think it's the indicative. Anyway, it's weird that they've gone from a non-conjugated version to a conjugated version, which is explore. Explore. Explore is fun. Explore is fun. Hey, very nice. Great success. Infinitive. Thank you. What did I say? I don't know, but it's the infinitive. Thanks very much, Matt, for helping me out there. Explore is fun. Explore is fun. Very nice. Right. Maher Ahamane. The sickest terrible translation. Hey, Paul, hope you're doing well. Here's another terrible translation, this time from the motherland, Syria. For context, the original word and the bad translation are written in the same Arabic, but pronounced differently. Enjoy. What? Syrian paralysis cheese. Syrian paralysis. Paralysis cheese. Is that what you meant by it? It sounds the same. For context, the original word and the bad translation are written the same in Arabic. Oh, but pronounced differently. So they're okay. So mate, the best ones are coming from the Arabic world and the Québécois. Honestly, Syrian paralysis cheese. I am paralyzed. Excuse me. Can I get the cheese, please? I would like the cheese. Brie, camembert? No cheese. No brie, no camembert. I want the cheese in which you paralyze. You paralyze, that way it smells so shit that I freeze. You freeze, I freeze. Paralysis. Very good. I don't know what accent that was. Maher, thank you so much. Keep them coming. Ollie P is in the house. Hi, Paul. I originally sent this on Twitter. I understand taking a picture. I understand sharing on social media. But why then have to wank them off is a mystery to me. What? Okay. This is from something in Spain. Right. Tómase una foto terrorífica. Compártalo en sus redes sociales y etiquétenos. So the English translation should be, take a photo, a terrific photo, a terrorific photo, because it's a play on words, because as you can see, it's Halloween. Take a terrorific photo, share it on your social media, and tag us in the photo. Now, what does it say in English? Take a terrifying picture. That's pretty good. Post it to your social media. Fantastic. And tug us. I get Ollie's joke now. Why they have to wank us off? Oh, God. What does it say in French? Prenez une photo terrifiante, téléchargez-la sur les réseaux sociaux et taguez-nous. The French translation is great. The English one, tug. To tug. All right, French people, if you're going... Here's a bit of English slang for you, French people. If you fancy pleasuring yourself at a massage parlor, where they have like a happy ending, the English slang for that service is called a rub and tug. A rub and tug, because you get rubbed, you rub, it's a massage rub, and then a tug, a rub and tug. Why you... to me, the concept sounds weird. I've never partook. I never partook, and I have never partaken. That's the correct conjugation, Paul, in a rub and tug, but I've heard about them. It's strangers touching you. Weird. Just the rub bit. I've probably done 2 massages in my entire life, and I've hated both of them. I don't like them. I don't like people touching me because I'm English. And so, yeah, that's why Ollie's joke is, why then have to wank them off is a mystery to me. Ollie P, thank you very much for sharing. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen, for this week's terrible translations. There are no more. Keep them coming in to my email address, terribletranslationsftw@gmail.com, and provide as much or as little context as you wish. Sandy, cet accent de qualité, I presume you're talking about my Spanish. Gracias, de nada. Carlos Camejo, this episode of Fuck the Wall will be in Spanish. It's called Jode el Murro, con Paul Taylor. Jode el Murro. No, it's not murro, because murro would be 2 R's. El Muro. Muro. I've been trying to get my daughter to... So for some reason, I do different accents around my daughter, and the Middle Eastern bad guy in all of the films that you watch growing up, he speak very I will take you. It's not very good, okay? You take my paralysis cheese and I force feed it down your throat, okay? So I speak to my daughter in that accent sometimes, and I go, Daughter, you eat the rest of your yogurt, otherwise I take that spoon, I throw it in the garden. Okay, daughter. So then she finds it hilarious and she tries to repeat it. She goes, dotel, like as if it's an L. She can't roll the R's. I'm trying to get my daughter to roll the R's. Spanish people, los españoles, if you have any tips on how to get kids to roll their R's going, as opposed to my wife, she tries to roll the... This is my wife rolling the R's. Let's say we're trying to find... What's a Spanish word that has a proper rolled R? Allez. I've completely lost any... I need a word that's got 2 R's in it in Spanish. Rodilla. Chorizo. No, that's just one. Perro. There you go. Perro, as in a dog, is perro. P-E-R-R-O. Perro. So I get my wife to try and do perro. First of all, my daughter, I'm like, perro. And she goes, pello. And then my wife is like, perro. She goes all Edith Piaf on me. Perro. I'm like, no, roll the R. Perro, hombre, lo que pasa, perro rojo. Gracias, hombre. Hombre, lo que pasa es que estamos aquí en Jode el Muro con Paul Taylor. Esta noche vamos a la fiesta, ¿ok? Arroz, thank you very much, as in rice. Arroz. There's another word after arroz. Anyway, how do you get people to pronounce the R, the r? Brr. Florent Agis says alrededor, which means around. I think. Does it mean around? I think it means around, as in like around my house. Alrededor de mi casa. I think so. I can't remember. They do roll their R's in Scotland, says Red Becky, you dirty bastard. They're rolling their R's in Scotland. I mean, if you really push it, yeah. Adam Crosby can roll his fucking R's, can't he, the bastard? Does he get up early enough? Hey, Paul, you better get up early, you lazy bastard. Yeah, they don't, I mean, Rodrigo, perfect, Benoit. Rodrigo, hombre, Rodrigo, ven aquí, coño, Rodrigo. Right. No one's giving me any tips on how to do the R's. Right. Florent, el mar Mediterráneo. Ah, Mediterráneo, exactly. El mar Mediterráneo. Perfecto, hombre. Répète 1000 fois. Le T positionne la langue au bon endroit. Jesus, I can't read French now. Répète 1000 fois. Le T positionne la langue au bon endroit pour rouler le R. Ah! Très. Ah, okay. I'll try that. T-R-E. Très. Florent, redhead, as in ginger, which is not me, is pelirrojo. Exactly. Pelirrojo. Hombre. Oh, God. My throat is now fucked, officially. Palm tree. Has your mum been teaching your daughter Northern Irish English? She has indeed, there. Hey, Louise, what are you fucking doing? Maybe you can ask her yourself, Palm tree, in a couple of minutes, because I'm going to bring my mum onto the show in a couple of minutes for the people that follow me on Patreon, patreon.com, patreon.com / I don't know what slash is in Spanish, Paul Taylor. Listen, I do these lives every week for free on YouTube, and then there's an extra hour every week, that you get access to for as little as €3. You can sign up for €3 right now, and then you can fuck off in an hour, and then you've paid €3, and you get access not only to tonight's live and the mum live, but also all of the back catalogue of all of the previous ones I've done, behind the scenes stuff. I've put up a recent show on Patreon, which is the 10-year thing that I did in January, where people took the piss out of me. My friends made fun of me. A roast. It's an hour long. Listen, you get so much extra content for a fucking beer. I mean, how does it get any better than that? No, it doesn't. So come and join me on Patreon. Patreon.com/ it's not slash. Paul Taylor, and we'll get live. We'll get jiggy with it with my mum in a little bit. You can ask her that question. Try to imitate the ringing of an old-fashioned phone. Exactly, that's a good way of going ring, 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 ring. Can you imagine your daughter calling everyone a fucking idiot? Yeah, fucking idiot. You know, we talked about a lot with my wife, like leaving this country. Or I've talked to my wife a lot about leaving this country. And we thought one of the possible destinations could be Canada, because they're French speaking, but they're also nice. And also they're English speaking, and there's a big comedy culture in Canada in both languages. And we've got some friends out in Montreal as well. But my wife is like, there is no possible way we can move there, because there's no way I'm going to have a daughter that comes up to me and is like, hey, maman, je t'aime là, je t'aime, maman, calice. Hey, maman, tabarnak, je t'aime, esti. I'm like, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. It's like, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't mind if we moved to Ireland and my daughter started speaking to me with, hey, daddy there, what are you doing, you fuck, why don't you get up out of bed, you fucking lazy bastard? That would be amazing if my daughter came in and said that. But hopefully she'll be able to, do different accents as well, because she'll just hear me being mental all the time in my different accents. So yeah. Oh, God. What else? Final questions, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. What questions? Let's just do a speed round of questions. Let's go. Speed round, questions, pow. Let's go. Quick, go. Speed round. Let's go. Yes. And while I'm waiting for your questions, Matt correctly says, it would be like me and my wife and my daughter moving to Liverpool. Yeah, can you imagine my daughter being like, hey, daddy, fucking daddy, I fucking love you, fucking daddy, what are you doing making people laugh? Fucking daddy, fuck off, mate. I don't want your fucking grounds in, mate. Yeah, exactly. Oh, mate. I'm going to have a tea with lemon and honey. I can see my mum walking in my house over there. She's probably watching this right now. Mum, if you're watching this right now, come to the window and give us a wave, and I will zoom in on my iPhone and show your wonderful face to tease us for the next hour, Mum, if you're watching this. Florian asks, when is the next no bullshit English, as in the angry Anglicisms that I've been doing? It's a great question, Florian. I haven't had time to send you any of the videos. I haven't had time to write any of them or film any of them. I will be doing them Monday. Monday is the next one, okay? Monday, the 6th of November is I'm getting back on the Anglicisms situation because we need, the videos are going really well, and I need to do more of them, and there's a plenty to do on the list. So I'm going to try and record some this week, Florian, so that you can edit them. Yeah, nice one. Right, do you consider moving back to the UK and Catahurt? Not really. No, unless something crazy goes on with my career over there, I am not thinking of moving back to the UK yet. Will I be able to see you before or after the Montreal show? Bridget Leonard, before or after? It's a great question. I don't know, because it is 1,400 people coming to that show, and it's a little bit, maybe before might be an easier, but like way before, like 2 hours before, maybe, or potentially afterwards, like half an hour afterwards, I might come and say hi. I don't know. We have to figure something out with Montreal to do a little hi, take some photos and all that kind of stuff. Have you seen anything from Sugar Sammy, Mushroom Nerd? Yes, I have. Sugar Sammy I've met him a bunch of times. We're friends when we meet. I say we're friends. We don't keep in touch really outside of comedy. But yeah, I have seen his stuff and enjoy it. And I know he's got a new show apparently, a new bilingual show, which is about time, because it had been such a long time that he'd been doing the first bilingual show that it's been ages. What else? Since we're on a topic of accents, Dan Lyle, what is your favourite word to say in a Quebecois accent? It's obviously tabarnak, 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 or calice. What sweets will you give the kids going trick-or-treat tomorrow? If we get some trick-or-treaters showing up at the house, the sweets that I have, we've got some M&Ms. What else do we have? It's a good question. My wife went out and bought some packets of sweets like 2 days ago. I'll give them a kick in the face. I haven't had anyone trick-or-treat. I don't know what to do with trick-or-treat. I don't know what the behavior is, because I've been living in an apartment since I was 16. I haven't lived in a house. And in apartments, no one's trick-or-treating because you can't get into the apartment building. So when I lived in Paris for the last 14 years, I've never had once anyone come and trick-or-treat. But now that we are directly onto the street, then we might have some. All right. Let's do 2 more questions. Do I practice? Have I practiced any sport? I like how you say practiced, as in like, do you say practice sport? I don't know if you really, because I know that's the French word, like pratiquer du sport. I don't know if we say practice sport in English, Florent, I have to admit. I think we just say, do you do any sport? Do you? English speakers, let me know. The answer to the question is no. Apart from shouting, well, shouting is a sport in France. Complaining is a sport in France. So that's the sport that I practice. Do you practice a sport? You play sports. That's it. Thanks, Anton. No, I used to play football a little bit when I was a kid. I was in like the university football team. I did a bit of football. When you're at school, you do rugby in England, you do hockey, you do tennis. Tennis is probably the most recent sport that I've played. Apart from cycling, I cycle, I have a bike, but I'm not, it can be intense in Paris. Snowboarding. Oh, come on, Paul. I went snowboarding last winter. So that's a bit of a sport. And that's about it, really. Drinking. There you go. Florent, let's do one more question. One more question. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Do you play the guitar? I play a little bit of guitar, Becky. My guitar is not here. It is in the house. So I don't have, but a tiny little bit. I try my best. And also, Red, if you sign up on Patreon, you can watch my 1 hour show that I put up last week where I actually play the guitar on stage with Charlie Winston, the guy, the legend, the absolute legend singer-songwriter, Charlie Winston, who did Hobo, like a hobo. We on stage did a thing together and it's filmed and it's on my Patreon. So there you go. Another reason to join Patreon for €3. Come on. Speaking of which, ladies and gentlemen, it is time that we ended this part of the live. It's been going for 1 hour and 7 minutes. So that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me for this episode of Fuck the Wall. It's been fun. It's been a fun one because I've interacted with you more and I've enjoyed it more. Because I performed less this week, so there was less shit to talk about. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Keep sending in your terrible translations, please. Because they're always fun. Their email address is terribletranslationsftw@gmail.com. Next week, before I forget, next week, ladies and gentlemen, Fuck the Wall will be live from Montreal, from my mate Rolly's house, and the likelihood is that the episode might be a French-only episode. Maybe we'll do the whole show in French next week. I haven't done one yet in French, and it would be fun to do it in French with my mate Rolly sitting by my side and talking shit with you guys and talking about the upcoming week, because we've got lots of shows going on in Canada next week. We've got Ottawa, Quebec, Montreal, Toronto, Edmonton, Calgary, and Vancouver. We've added a second show. And of course, we've got Toulouse before all of that, and we've got Bordeaux just after that. So it's an intense 2 weeks coming up, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll see you from Montreal next week. Those of you just listening to the show, it probably will sound a little bit different because we'll have different microphones because I won't be taking my big microphones with me. So we'll see you next week, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me. Patreon, I will see you in about 10 minutes because I need to walk my mum over from the house to the shed, to the studio, so she doesn't fall and die in the garden by herself. And I need to use different microphones because there's 2 of us. And so there's a little bit of technical setup. So 10 minutes, Patreon. I will see you. The rest of you, I will see you next week or hear from you from next week. And if you're in Toulouse this Friday, then I cannot wait to see you. That's it. I hope you've enjoyed the show. Bisous, bye.